Hello, y'all. Christian White, the One Day at a Time Dad, back with another episode of Listening to Learn, where the hope is we listen to someone's story, their experience with it, and find solutions to some of the common problems that we all face. Today, I am in Springfield. It's a pleasure to be here. This is Mr. Nasir.
Yes, sir.
A pleasure. I follow him online, and I'm like, once I started the interview, I'm like, I want to get people's perspective, because I found, especially when I met brothers in prisons from other cities, they think just like we do. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. So let me ask, what are some of your earliest memories? Like, how'd you grow up? What was the environment like? How did you manage?
It was hostile environment. Not too positive, you know. I always say that I come, like a lot of people come from a dark background, you know what I'm saying, negative background, not a lot of positive influence, you know what I'm saying, in the community, not a lot of positive influence in the household, you know what I'm saying.
And who was in the household for the majority, I guess?
My mother with my siblings, so she pretty much was the one that was trying to play both roles, you know what I'm saying, and it was hard for her. You know what I'm saying? It was very difficult, man. You know what I'm saying? And I salute her for, you know what I'm saying, the strength that she tried to, manage with, being single mother, you know what I'm saying, dealing with us, and dealing not only with us, but also dealing with poverty and dealing with everything that's going on in her community. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely big her up, and, she know what time it is, man. I love her for everything she did for us, you know what I mean? Despite the situation.
Absolutely. So let me ask, was it a situation kind of where, because she had to do so much and maybe in order to provide or whatever, that it left y'all kind of to fend for yourself?
I would say, and this not throwing no shade at her, but, the struggle folded her. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of made, me being the oldest one, it kind of made me, step to the plate and kind of fend for myself and fend for my siblings. You know what I'm saying?
And is that to say you're the oldest?
Yes, sir.
So how old would you be at this time?
I would say I would be like 11, 12.
Wow.
Yeah, about 11,
And you
12.
had in your mind, you gotta...
I had no choice, you know what I'm saying? I had no choice. I had to take care of my siblings, you know what I'm saying? I had to take care of myself, you know what I'm saying, to the best of our ability, Because we kind of like lost her, you know what I'm saying? We lost her to the struggle, so it was kind of hard, so I had to, do what I had to do, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask, and this is a random kind of question. If everything played out over, would you play it? Would you let it play the way it did?
I would say yeah. I would say I won't change anything.
Because my follow-up kind of to that is, because I sometimes think people say they understand, but don't really understand.
Right.
When it's like, look, I'm going to do this because I need to eat. Like, we're not talking, trying to double up. There's some sort of selfish motive.
Right.
But it's like, let's picture yourself being 11 and having to man up, or however it's looked at that time.
Right.
What you expect them to do?
Absolutely. It's survivors of the fittest.
What do you go? I mean, do you expect them to go to school and get good grades? While it's just, I wish people kind of like take things like that into context and really understand how much of a struggle that is.
Absolutely. And I think that's the problem with a lot of, like older people that don't fully, like understand the actual struggle. Because I tell you straight up, man, like there was no way I could focus in school. Not with everything that I had in my mind, there was no way. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. Like you said, it's hard to focus. How can you focus when you have so much, so many thoughts in your mind, that replays in your head?
Absolutely. And I mean, even if we go to science, think of your body at that time. You're not even equipped to deal technically. Like you almost have to imagine yourself as a good hustler to get it. It's like, because you're not equipped in some ways to even have to think that way yet. And it always amazes me how easily people forget the backstories of people.
Absolutely.
Always amazes me. Let me ask you something. What does community mean to you? Your community. What is your community?
Community for me means, revolutionary love. And when I mean revolutionary love, I use that, as a political statement, because revolutionary means change. You know what I'm saying? In the community, for me, is about us, with different backgrounds, trying to bring about a different change, something different that'll help everybody, man, woman, and child, in said community. You know what I'm saying? And we do that by, first and foremost, showing that love to one another and understanding, the struggle that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand the struggle. I got to be able to relate with somebody to be able to help that person. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's, at this age that I'm in, this point in time, I'm able to relate to the youth in my community because I've been in similar situations. I might not be in the same exact situation, but trust and believe I've been in similar situations, if not many.
Now, the youth you talk about, and I obviously feel you on that because we were both those youth, and then we're looking at these youth, and it's, what have you found? First of all, what do you do for work, and what have you been able to sort of identify as some possible ways to truly connect to them and maybe possibly slow down violence?
Right. I've been home 10 years, and I noticed a lot of the elders, just sitting back. Before I became a youth worker, now I work with the youth, but before I even became a youth worker, I noticed, that a lot of elders, they wasn't coming from a genuine place. You know what I'm saying? And they were not, trying to build these broken individuals. You know what I'm saying? They were talking down on these broken individuals. You know what I'm saying? They got frustrated, and they dropped the ball. So now it became, well, you don't want to change, so be it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting paid anyway.
Yeah.
So I saw that, and in my mind, in my heart, I knew that you have to come from a genuine place, even if that individual does not take the advice right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So long as we plant the seed, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. That's what the struggle's about. You know what I'm saying? We got to plant the seed and just water it. You know what I'm saying? Here and there. And just be a productive leader. Be that person that no matter what, you'll be there to hear them out. Because that's all we need. That's all I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
It's so, what's so funny? So when you say that, it made me think of anytime I went to prison, I could always write my Uncle Ray, but I knew his address by heart. I knew his phone number. That was my go-to. Yeah. But it made me realize years later how, because of the ways he chose to live his life, in some ways, he became dependable for somebody like me. And I see that's kind of what I am now for them.
Word.
And at the same time, he was providing an example of, at that time I couldn't receive the message because I was in the infancy of kind of coming out off the porch.
Right.
But now when I look back, I'm like, oh wow, I did learn some aspects of what a man was, a father was, that kind of guiding figure, which leads me to ask, what do you understand a dad to be? Fatherhood. I'm
being a father now. I think, it's being present and showing them again that genuine, unconditional love and respect. You know what I'm saying, to your children, and letting them know that no matter how many times they may fall and they may make mistakes, that you're gonna be there to be able to coach them and be able to pick them up and let them know it's gonna be all right. So long as I'm around, I'm gonna be your coach. I'm gonna be your guide. You know what I'm saying? It's just providing for them, not only in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. You know what I'm saying? In the mental sense. We gotta be able to feed them in that sense, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be a reflection of who we are. You know what I'm saying? And I see your videos with your son, you know what I'm saying? And that's inspiring, you know what I'm saying, to be able to have
Appreciate
a
that,
man.
man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
we don't have that.
Yeah.
I didn't have a father. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at that, it's like, damn, I'm at the age that I'm in today, it's like I still want to meet my father. You know what I'm saying? Today I don't hold no resentment, no grudges. I want to meet him just because, I want to see that person. I want to be able to even just shake his hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my pops right there, man. You know what I'm saying? So when I see videos like that, when I see people like youngins that, you know, they have a father, it kind of feel weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't grow up with a pops. You know what I'm saying? So I looked for a father figure where? In the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I found a stepfather. You know what I'm saying? I found a stepdad.
Absolutely.
In the streets whooped my ass.
Absolutely.
Like a stepchild.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, father means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? I tell the young brothers in the streets now, man, you know what I'm saying, that fatherhood's the best hood to ever bang right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very essential, man. You know, we are a very important key, you know what I'm saying, in the household, a father. Because we the strength. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that the woman doesn't have strength, but, you know, we got the female and the man, and they together for a reason. It's that balance, that yin and that yang. You know what I'm saying? We the muscle. You know what I'm saying? We the person that they going to feel when we enter our house. The presence alone is like my pops. You know what I'm saying? You may look at them and you know, you may look at them and they might, yeah. I mean, he don't even have to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Right, you know, in the mom, she's more like her nature is to be lovable, is to be, you know, a protector, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So us together, you know what I'm saying, we combine each other and then we make that perfect match for the children. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important, man.
Absolutely.
It's very important.
Absolutely. Like, the one thing that I like, me and Christian's mom have, at this point, probably for about, I don't know, probably about 3 years now, we reached a point where finally it was just about Christian. Like, I mean, we'll never be together, so there'll never be that him knows me as his dad, her as his mom. We live in one unit. But what I notice is once we took out any sort of bitterness for one another and it became about him, it almost replicated that two-parent household. Like, it's amazing to watch.
Right.
It's amazing to watch.
And that's key, man, because when y'all together, it's not toxic for him. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely gonna benefit, you know what I'm saying, a lot from that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna appreciate both of y'all. He gonna respect both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's very key, man. It's very important, man. And that's dope, man. That's real dope.
So let me ask, what do you think of, what's the word I'm looking for, a good word for it? How can we go about addressing the immediate needs of the young people that we service with for our regular jobs, and then outside of that, the community at large? How do we help them in the immediate with their housing needs, food needs, the basics, and at the same time address the systemic piece and begin to change policies and possibly begin to wake some of these young people up to the power of politics and being the ones that are writing these policies, or however the case may be? How can we work on the right now while working on the future?
Right.
How can we be focused on both? Is that even possible?
I mean, I think it's possible. You know what I mean? I just feel, you know, that we need to be able to provide these young brothers with resources where they can go to and get what they need. You know what I'm saying? And be able to be welcomed with open arms and be assisted with their needs. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, eventually, you know, step in baby steps, you know, educating them at the same time, you know, about the systemic, you know what I'm saying, that problems that we have, you know what I'm saying, in our community. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the brothers, man, they too young, you know, in a mental sense, to be able to understand, you know, politics or even understand the system that they even trapped in. You know, because some of these young brothers, they can't even comprehend, you know, them being trapped in the system. You know what I'm saying? They don't even, you know, that's why they do what they do. Some of them don't even know they fully trapped in the system.
Yeah, like they're willing participants in the matrix.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know so it's just, you know, we gotta be the educators. You know what I'm saying? Until our last breath. You know, have a curriculum. You know, I remember, you know, when I was being taught, you know, by a brother in the penal system, you know, they had a curriculum. I want you to read this book first. Then after that, we're gonna do this and then do that. But it was steps. You know what I'm saying?
You know what is so wow. Let me ask you that, and because this is a theme that has been coming up in all of the interviews, and when you just said that, it made me think of it. How important is it for young people, period, to learn to think in a structured way?
I think it's important. I think it's very important. I mean, because, and I say that because a lifer before I came home, you know what I'm saying, it said, yo, if you take the same discipline we got in the prison system out to the world, you're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Chances of survival is gonna be pretty high. You know what I'm saying? It's when we stop the discipline, you know what I mean, and we become blindsided by everything that's going on that we fail. So I think it's definitely important for us to have a structure. You know what I'm saying? Have discipline. Because without discipline, how we gonna build that structure? How we gonna build strength? You know what I'm saying? We don't have it. We become like renegades. We become outlaws. We do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying?
And that's because when I see your posts and stuff, I can tell you're structured. So I always now I've been definitely paying attention to it more. But a few weeks ago, I went on a walk with a brother, and I was just kind of getting some juice from him because he's very organized. And he's been to the joint, all that. And he was like, man, when I was in there, I did the Toastmasters. I did, there was like a little business course. But he said when he was doing all that, he realized he started seeing things differently.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what, with a lot of the young people, like, I can tell, like, they just don't connect moments in time.
Right.
It's just not there.
Right. It's just too much chaos in the youth. You know what I'm saying? There's so much components, so much elements that's going on. There's the attack, not only on us, but the attack on the youth is so vicious. You know what I'm saying? That they don't even know the enemy that they up against. You know what I'm saying? Because, a chaotic mind, lacks peace. You know what I'm saying? And peace is the absence of chaos. So if we not organized, how we gonna find that peace? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be dealing with a chaotic state of mind.
No, I couldn't agree more.
We're gonna manifest that chaos, you know what I'm saying, in our ways and our actions. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important. I mean, we gotta attack a lot of stuff, but we wanna be able to help the youth, man. And it's a battle that we might not even see in our age and time. Cause you know what I'm saying, we dealing with music. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with food. We dealing with crooked politicians. We dealing with so much that we have to be able to teach these young brothers and sisters, right? That, this is the problem right here. We up against something so huge, you know what I'm saying, that, they're not ready. A lot of them are not ready to be able to listen, sit down and listen and say, you know what, I'm ready to go full force and attack this system, attack this beast that's killing me and killing my family and killing my community.
Yeah. Agreed.
There's a lot, man. This world, man, as it spins, man, it seems to get worse. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, because I remember, matter of fact, I was listening to, we were my nephews and my boys, and we was listening to, like the music nowadays, the drill music, the pain music, and it's like the way they bop to the music is totally from when we used to bop to our music, to our hip hop. Our hip hop, we bop like this. You know what I'm saying? With their music, it's like more like jumping.
Almost like the vibrational energy.
No, you know what it is? It's not almost, you said it.
Oh, okay.
It is the vibration. And that's what we dealing with. We dealing with vibration.
Like they speeding them up and then slowing them down. And then it's what's and it was so funny. So in the joint, we got the saying, do the time, don't let the time do you.
Right.
Letting the time do you is basically you going in there, going crazy in there. You doing the time is you finding your routine, yet still allowing yourself to be open to new ideas, to the high level. That's pretty much what that means. But it's so interesting how I just lost my train of thought explaining that.
The vibration.
So there'd be months at a time, I just put the TV under the bed, under the bunk, or you start realizing like there's all these things that are just working on you, working on you. And what was so interesting is right when I thought that, I used to get this magazine, Scientific American.
Okay.
And it happened. No, not this. I used to get that, but it was not. It was the shoot. It was like another science one, but more urban.
Okay.
But they talked about how the police upgraded their horns to purposely mess with the free. So you have to it's like that horn. It's like whoom, whoom.
Right.
You can't help but to pay attention to it. You can't help it.
Right.
And that's what a lot of that music do now.
Absolutely. And that's what we dealing with. We dealing with a lot of energies, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, like entities that are around us 24/7, pardon, so, you know what I'm saying, that are attacking us on a daily, you know what I'm saying. That's why it's so important, you know what I'm saying, to connect with like minds. It's important to be able to connect like this and let the energy expand, that positive energy expand, so that we can build, like you said earlier, build and destroy, because that's what we're doing constantly. We building and destroying.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but for the youth, it's kind of like hard, because I remember, and I'm sure you remember when you was young, man, where, you know, it's like I was teaching the class yesterday where I work at, and I was telling them in the class, I'm like, listen, when you 13, 14, 15, it's all the way to like 18, that's a stage of, you know what I'm saying, being a rebel. You know what I'm saying? We straight up outlaw, we straight up rebels, you know what I'm saying? And especially if we around negative people.
I mean, yeah, you add in the factors.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Man. It's like, I don't want to hear nothing. You got religious people trying to come to you, hey, listen, you don't want to hear nothing.
We growing up in an environment which says, if you're hurt or depressed or feeling any sort of way, you look at someone who looks like you and you hurt them till you don't feel it.
There you go.
The problem is we didn't realize it was going to be so damn recurring.
Right. Absolutely, man.
That, you know, we didn't realize this was just, and then when you put 10, 20, 30, 40 of these people together in a particular neighborhood, on a particular street, in a particular project, they share that same trauma.
Right.
That trauma bonds them.
There it is. It is that trauma. You know what I'm saying? Definitely that trauma. You got a bunch of hurt people.
Yeah, talk about mental health, like especially when you deal with the youth you deal with, and even maybe for you growing up, because there was a point where you thought, like you think now, it was just geared towards other things.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
You know, so I mean, the same mentality's there. You just, you expend your energy a little different. But yeah, talk a little bit about mental health and working with the youth, and do you see yourself in that, and how do you maintain the way you do today?
Absolutely. I just, for me, you know what I'm saying, I think we all have to be able to deal with the trauma, you know what I'm saying, because that's, you know, that's rooted deep inside of us, you know what I'm saying, and the trauma is what triggers some certain emotions, you know what I'm saying. So speaking for me, first and foremost, I had to be able to confront, you know what I'm saying, my past pains and experiences. You know, I had no choice, you know what I'm saying.
How'd you do that?
I had to make amends with myself, and actually, you know, talk to myself, self-talk, you know, and tell myself, you know, even though you didn't have a father, even though your mom wasn't there all the way through, you have to understand that, you know, everybody deals with struggles different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to become strong out of a particular struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because the struggle, like we said, the struggle is going to make you or break you. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be able to forgive myself, you know what I'm saying, for the things I did, you know what I'm saying, due to all the trauma and the pain and the hurt and the anger, and be able to forgive those who hurted me. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm sure, you know, that my loved ones who dropped the ball on me, I'm sure they didn't do it intentionally.
Yeah.
You follow?
Like, you know, and I mean, obviously as kids, we don't see it that way.
Right.
But when I got older, like, you know, you realize, like, damn, my dad had it fucked up.
Word.
And the blessing is, out of 4 abuses, he only passed down 3. That's the
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, like,
so, you know, and dealing with the youth, I see the trauma, I see it, you know, I see the pain, I see the hurt. That's why, you know, even when I came home, I remember when I came home, they had MySpace. You know what I'm saying? So I got on it. They were schooling me on it. You know what I'm saying? So I was getting familiar with it. You know, and I reached out to a lot.
That's when I went away. Was when MySpace came out.
So
yeah.
what I did was, when I came on, it was like I reached out to everybody that I possibly could and asked for forgiveness. And I extended my apology if I hurted them in any way, shape, or form. And that was more for me. You know what I'm saying? That was more dealing with my trauma. That was more for dealing with my pain.
So how'd you come to, and I definitely want to hear about trauma in the youth, but how did you come to be able to think that way?
I think being locked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I learned that, you know what I'm saying, that man is a thinking being. And he must struggle on until he master himself. And I think that being confined, you know what I'm saying, in solitary confinement, you know what I'm saying, and being confined with prisoners who was there longer than me, and feeding me their wisdom, you know what I'm saying, I think that allowed me to self-reflect, to meditate, to be able to embrace the pain that I was going through, the pain that I felt. Because I remember, man, I felt ugly, man, just smiling, bro. That's how much pain I had in my heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even want to smile. I ain't even want to laugh. Because the pain was so hurt, man. The things I saw, the things I went through in life, I'm like, damn, I'm so hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want. And I remember the first time when I was working on myself, and I remember the first time I smiled, it kind of felt weird. You know what I'm saying? But I was breaking those barriers. I was becoming free little by little, and I ain't even know it. But I was working on self.
And then it just culminates into this one moment, and it's that tipping point, and you're like,
you know what I'm saying?
I can see that coming.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being in there, because I'm a type of brother. I'm like, yo, man, I hear something, and I want the understanding right there. And my man, he was like, yo, listen, man, free, because they used to call me free in there. Like, listen, man, understanding comes later. You know what I'm saying? Just take in the information right now. Allow yourself to take the proper information that's going to build you, man.
Yo, it's so something I had struggled with. I mean, probably since I started building up the barriers after the abuse and stuff like that, is I am superb at intellectualizing pain. But I am kindergarten when it came to internalizing it.
Wow.
You know, I could not feel it. I could think it,
right.
but I couldn't feel it.
And that's important. That's what we teach the young brothers. They got to be able to ride the wave, as they call it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And be able to feel that, identify your emotions, and ride with it, man. Because we humans, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go through a lot of stuff in life. It's about, you know, being able to feel that, embrace it, and overcome it with not only ourselves, but with the help of others too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to be able to ride that wave, man.
Absolutely.
And say that, you know what, it's all right. It's all right at what you went through, man. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's all right because, you know, we are the people that we are today because of our past. The pain and suffering we went through in life. We here today, we are able to express and share our stories. You know what I'm saying? Because.
So what is a moment, and I mean you can like paraphrase it just because I know if it's work, but a situation outside of work where you either approached a youth or were in a conversation, or maybe were in your own neighborhood and had to squash something on the spot, or I mean whatever the case may be, when you're talking to them, what are you hoping they're hearing from you? But I mean, even more specific. Okay, and I want that to be tied into it in a way where, what is with that premise? What is a positive time that you had? Like, when is it you stepped into a situation you said, I got some hope because I saw that?
I think it's just for me personally, is being present for them. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so used to people running away from our lives, then when somebody comes to your life, right, with the right intentions, we don't believe that person. But when we have that consistency and they see that you're not giving up on them, and they see that you coming from a genuine place, and they see that you really mean good, and you really want to reach out and elevate them, man, they express that to you, because a lot of youth express that to me. You know what I'm saying? And I let them know, listen, I come from a genuine place, man. I'm not trying to harm you, and I'm not trying to misguide you. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, then I'm in the wrong field.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, it's being present, allowing them to see that you're there.
That consistency, yo,
you know
I feel like that's the word that does it. Two words: authenticity and consistency. Like, yeah,
man. Because I listen, it's crazy because I remember, you know, I was a short timer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I met people in there, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I get real close to them, we build, we chop it up, you know, and then they go to another camp. It's like, damn, you know, not only did we grow up going through that cycle, but then when you in prison, you go through the same thing. You get close with people and then they go to, so you get used to that. So it's like, damn, man, everybody I meet, they just leave, they never stick.
I mean, even added in how many times, you know, you and your cellie been getting along, but you don't have a bought a bunk pass and someone getting out of the infirmary got one. Or, I mean, I don't think people, once again, like truly feel the pressure of those sorts of backstories where it's like, we don't know we know inconsistency as consistency.
Absolutely. And it's easy because it's easy for, you know, a mother and a father to be in a household, you know, living in poverty, not having nothing, and the children are crying and all that. It's easy for the father to say, I'll be back, and never come back. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for the mother to drop the ball and say, you know what, I can't take this no more. I'm just going to do drugs. And then we become systems. We become babies to the system. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, we become part of a system that really doesn't care for us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just a machine being run by money. You know what I'm saying? And then you have these broken products, and all they doing is making matters worse. Because I tell you, you know, growing up in the system, you know what I'm saying, foster homes and all of that, you know, all of that did not help me. It just added more pain. It just added more fuel to my anger. And it created what? It created a monster. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I'm hurt, I'm gonna hurt people. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember my social worker used to tell me and my brother, like, listen, if y'all don't get it together, y'all gonna land in prison. You know, and that's how it was. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot, you know what I'm saying, that goes on a daily, man. There's a lot that we go through, man. And I know, like, for us who have a different state of mind and we want to help out now, you know what I'm saying, the journey and the mission is long. It's not impossible, you know what I'm saying, but it's a tough journey, man. It's a very tough journey.
So, just an assumption, your life is 100% legit. Like for me, I mean, my association, I still know dudes and all that. Do you ever go through that feeling where you don't feel like there's nobody around you that can relate to you, and you kind of want to talk, but kind of basically like me? So we were talking about how, you know, when you've been in that environment, from the street environment, prison environment, both, whatever the case may be, like I found it a big struggle once I've been totally legit since I came home. I mean, in prison as well, but I found that I didn't have no one to talk to. My closest friends are still in it, so I can't really be around them because we know anything can happen at any moment.
Right. And
the people I work with, they probably have not been where I came from.
Right.
Do you ever, how do you ever go through that? Like, how do you manage day to day being you? Like,
first and foremost, I am legit. You know what I'm saying? I definitely divorce, you know what I'm saying, that negative lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So definitely legit, you know what I'm saying? Me, the struggle that I went through made the person that I am today. You know what I'm saying? I don't worry about what people have to say about me, right? But I am me, right? So it's like wherever I go, I'm giving you me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in an environment where people can relate to me, this, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, they my energy, you know what I'm saying, brings them close to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm being me. I'm not being phony, you know what I'm saying? So I express myself the way I want to express myself. I give myself to people, and like, again, I use the word genuine. I give you me, you know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get, pretty much, you know. And I'm blessed to be able to, you know, still be around the hood, you know what I'm saying? And of course, people that
blessed, like, yes, I love that you say that. Blessed, yeah, where you know that there's nothing, like there's nothing ever came up, there's nothing, like you're good, like.
You know what I'm saying? Resume's clean.
Yeah. You know, and then you realize it spreads to everywhere when they see you're really doing the work.
Absolutely. Man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just blessed. You know, I had the opportunity when I came home to leave my city, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I even bought a house in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And people tell me, yo, bro, you crazy, man. Why you doing? You got a family now. You know what I'm saying? But why am I going to leave? I still got homies still stuck in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you look at it in a biblical sense, Jesus, he was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Moses, he was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We the modern Moses. You know what I'm saying? To liberate our people from this bondage that we are in. You know what I'm saying? We can't leave. Then who's going to be there for our people? You know what I'm saying? If we leave, if we drop the ball like the OGs dropped the ball on us, so we just going, there's that perpetuation. It's going to continue. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, man, I'm going to stick here, you know, until I can't stick no more. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like my wife, you know, she sometimes, you know, when I leave, she has that worry, like, you know, like the past is going to come back. But it's like, for me, I made amends with my past. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a done deal with Seal. You know what I'm saying? I break bread with people that used to be my enemy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it's what energy are you bringing to the table? You know what I'm saying? What kind of energy you bringing, man? You know what I mean?
Let me jump in right there. Do you feel as though, I guess the ones of like us who have the experience, who sort of been through it, do you believe we could be more because a perfect example, not often, but from time to time I get those calls. It's an older dude from another neighborhood, yo, they just got into a little skirmish. Do you think before this gets out of hand, do you think you could talk to some with them, or whatever the case may be? Like, I know I get those sorts of phone calls still. And I know a lot of times I'm successful in being able to stop them in the moment, if that's the best thing I can do. Do you feel like people like us could be more proactive with trying to slow down things we may know be happening? Because I know a lot of dudes who, if they get the call, they'll answer the call and they'll do what they can.
Right.
But that's about the, you know, that's about the limit of it. It's not like I'm going out there like, hey, y'all just, you know, I'm not doing that. Right. Do you think we should be more proactive in doing that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because it's like we're kind of like the angels, if you will. You know what I'm saying? We like these warriors. You know what I'm saying? That just refine themselves. These fallen angels that refine themselves, who are now reaching out to our people stuck in hell. You know what I'm saying? So we need more warriors. We need warriors like you. You know what I'm saying? We need more. Like, absolutely, we need to be more proactive. Because actually, that's what I do in my community. You know what I'm saying? I'm a peacemaker. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able, you know what I'm saying, to sit down, you know what I'm saying, with gangsters and squash beef. You know what I'm saying? Minimize the bloodshed. You know what I'm saying? But it has to do with overcoming fears. And a lot of people that not proactive in doing what we doing, they fear. They fear losing what? They perhaps they might, oh man, listen, I ain't gonna sacrifice what I gain, my family, the material things too. You know what I'm saying? Just to go out here and squash a beef. Let them kill themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We not everybody like that. You're not like that. I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? We are people that love our people. And that's the key. When you love self first, then you gonna love your people. And you're not gonna feel, you're gonna come to the people, because they gonna, again, it's all about energy. They're gonna feel the energy, man. Like, listen, this brother he's coming from a different place. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody wanna do life in prison. So if you could be that coach, man, and minimize that, man, be it. You know what I'm saying? Love your people enough to sit down in these round tables, man, and minimize the violence. We can't eradicate the violence, but we can minimize it.
Absolutely. I mean, you know absolutely. I mean, there's still, I guess, I don't know if it's human nature, but you know, there's, especially if you live in a city, you know, for there to, if a city has 0 murders, they need to be praised every moment of the world. I mean, that's hard to come by.
But definitely, we need more proactive warriors, man. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? We need them both on the front lines. You know what I'm saying? Looking out for our people. By all means necessary, man. Because even when you talk to certain people, man, and you build it with them, they be like, damn, I never saw it like that. That right there tells you how much they need warriors like us.
Yes, yeah. And it's so a common theme is amongst the men so far is no matter how autonomous they were in the street, they still wanted like a father figure kind of guidance. or male mentor. They still wanted to be guided.
Absolutely.
But they just couldn't find somebody to guide them.
I mean,
It's so it's so interesting how that works. So interesting.
Isn't it? And it's deep too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I needed to refine self, right? You needed to refine yourself, because there was somebody waiting for us. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know who it was. While we was building and destroying, going through, wrestling with our inner selves, we didn't know who it was. But there was somebody out here in the world waiting for us to change our state of mind. And when we did that, when we came home, those people that was waiting for us, they heard us, and we perhaps even changed lives.
Yeah. And you know what? Interestingly, I saw the effect immediately in terms of bridges that I have burned with family, bridges that I have burned with friends, and mostly just because they cared about me, but I just didn't care back. I was too busy out there. I was caring about the wrong things, and it's just amazing how once that kind of refine, and it's constantly refining. Like, this is ongoing. I'm always learning more. It's just amazing to me how you see the blessings, like you see the fruit, the fruit's born right in front. I don't even know if born is the right word, but the fruit's born right in front of you. Like, you see it. You see it. It's quite beautiful.
It is, man. It is. It definitely is, man.
Quite beautiful.
It definitely is.
So, last question. Let me ask you, what can we as a community do? And right now, I mean specifically Black, brown community. What can we do to get rid of the stigma around mental health?
Get rid of the stigma around mental health in terms of people having, and mental health in this sense could be however they practice it. Whatever, it could be holistic, it could be the regular, however they view it. Right.
How can we tell more people or get more people to understand that it's okay to address your mental health?
Absolutely.
As opposed to looking at it like, oh, I'm not crazy, or, you know, just deal with it, or it's a phase, whatever the case may be. Right. How do we begin to break down that wall on a large scale?
Like, we need to stop banging on each other. You know what I mean? Meaning that, you know, these labels, you know what I'm saying, it's creating barriers, you know what I'm saying, and it's stopping us from helping people with mental health. We too busy banging on each other, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I want him, we're gonna bring him in, this one is trying to pull this one over here, while at the same time we got a sick patient. You know what I'm saying? I believe that, you know, coming together as a collective whole with one common cause, and it's to help this person, you know what I'm saying, with this mental health. You know, you add on and I'll add on, you know what I'm saying? And if it works, then that's the blessing in itself. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, you know, well, I ain't gonna deal with this person, send him over there, then he get the wrong dose over there because these people ain't really properly, you know what I'm saying, nourished, if you will, you know what I'm saying, to be able to help this young brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just, you know, stop the separation, the division, the disagreements, and just, truth is the truth. Let's just all work with that truth. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna help you, it's gonna help me, and it's gonna help those in a poor condition. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be able to just embrace that truth. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna create that freedom for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have mental health to a degree. We gotta be there for one another. You know what I'm saying? Building with you helps me. You know what I'm saying? To self-reflect. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure it helps you.
It's the same. That's exactly what we were talking about.
It's
like,
it's therapy.
You're around someone you know. A good example is me and my friend were talking about how in prison we'll find something funny that on the street average people would look at you like, why'd they let you out?
Right.
But for us, we both understand why. Yes. When that happened, it was funny as shit. Like, right. And you can't explain that to people. So no, like, yeah, it's the same effect. Like, it's like, wow, you feel like in a way you get to be you a little more.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that. Definitely feel that.
We gotta come together.
Yeah,
man. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. Like, because how do we get the old, and I don't mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be street workers, anything city organized or state organized. How do we get older brothers with influence, with, you know, who everybody knew out there? How do we get them to come to one table and begin to really be like, okay, we're gonna start pressing out here, and we're gonna do it in the name of us, not in, you know, not the authorities, not anything like that, but us.
Right.
Do you think something like that could happen, and would it be beneficial?
Absolutely. We've done it in the past. You know what I'm saying? We definitely done it in the past, and it's definitely possible. And again, it's just that consistency. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's two forces, man. You know what I'm saying, in the universe, and that's positive and negative. You might have us, the positive force, but then we always gonna have those negative forces that are not in line with what we striving to do. You know what I'm saying? That might disagree with what we're striving to do. And then we're gonna have those evil whispers that's gonna try to divide that in which we're trying to build. So it's gonna be a constant battle. Again, when we go back to earlier, that build and destroy. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely possible, man. You know what I'm saying? So long as we can sit down with like minds, it doesn't matter if we don't see the fruit right then and there. We have to know and understand that they're going to talk to somebody, and that somebody going to talk to somebody, and it's going to, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's
absolutely
important.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. I think that's exactly right. Because my whole, I guess a part of my mission in a sense is I want dudes to know, like, you got a right to feel empowered.
True.
A right to that. Like, that's a right, man. You that whole self-worth piece and being able to imagine yourself out of your position.
Actually,
you have a right to think that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So many of these babies just need love, man. That's it, man. That's it. Like proper love, man.
Yeah.
Where they're not going to be victimized.
Right.
They're not going to be taken advantage of from the larger systems, but given that chance, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We just got to, again, man, just be there, be present for them no matter what. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we go through, man, we got to be there for them no matter what, man. You know what I'm saying? You need me, you holler, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do the best that I possibly could to be there for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like I, you know, I try to tell the young homies, and I mean, I try to tell them not when they're in that moment of when they just lost a friend, but like, you know, it might not seem like it right now, but the best way you can honor your friend now is by making sure his kid don't even have the thought that he wants to do what brought about, you know, his father's demise. And that's something you are capable of, but it'll cost you what you're doing right now.
Absolutely.
You know, it'll cost you.
Absolutely.
And it, like, you know, I feel like sometimes the struggle's hard because it's hard instilling in them a sense of tomorrow. Not when everything, so I might die right now. You know, it's
I think another thing that I believe, you know, is very important for us, for our people, is changing the language. You know what I'm saying? Because we become slaves of the language that we speak.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
We got to be able to shift that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, like, certain brothers, when I tell them I love them, even to strangers, they be like, you don't even know me, but they don't understand that, you know, love is the highest degree of understanding. We understand the condition of our people. You know what I'm saying? Even when we greet brothers, you know, peace, young king, peace, young queen. It's like, for them, it's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? That's heavy. I'm not used to that. But we got to be able to, like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Disturb. You know what I'm saying? That cycle that they're in.
Interrupt it.
We have to. You know, that's our job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You a king. You know what I'm saying? You're not a bitch. You a queen. And we got to disrupt that cycle that they're so used to. You know what I'm saying? And making them and allowing them to manifest those traits. You know what I'm saying? Of a nigga and a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So language is very important, man. And the enemy know that language is important. That's why he keeps our people down with a specific language. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be able to, once we know that, once we come to the realization that, hold on, this is what kept my people and this is what keeping my people oppressed, let me break that. Because I'm alive, I'm still breathing. My mission is to break that cycle.
I'm gonna end it right there. That's my whole buzzword is cycle breaking. That's it. And what I love is, and I just learned this recently from an interview, and I was looking at, and it's what you're doing. You're breaking cycles in your family and in your street family. And before, I didn't understand these were two different worlds. I knew they were two different worlds, but it made me want to be more proactive in breaking the street cycle family. Like I really want dudes to wake up, man.
And I appreciate you, man.
Yo,